Horizons mechanized core. So they just arrived yesterday. We've been working with onlygames.co and had a bunch of our models printed out so that we could see what they look like and make sure that they were going to work for the end of the Kickstarter that we're currently in. So without further ado, I've actually opened these up briefly to make sure that all of the models were there. But I don't remember which one's which, so let's go and see what we got. We had all 4 of the man mechs printed. We had them printed twice so that I could send some to, let's see, there we go. Now it's focused. This is a manned mechanized core. The Viper. I keep getting the Viper and the Switchblade confused. One of the 4 miniatures that the Make 100 Kickstarter will let you get, and this is what it'll look like. So these are very, very hefty, high quality resin prints. Let's see if we can get a picture of that in there. There you go. Does it work better on this one? No, that camera's not as good. So you have to get the focus right. There it goes. Look at that. So pretty high quality prints so far. A couple small things that I see that we'll want to change. Some detail on the missile pods and the like, but no support really. Leftover supports on here. So however they make this, however they produce these, you get a pretty good quality print. Let's do another one. Let's compare it to something that came off of my 3D printer. So if you back the Kickstarter and you get the STLs, you'll, depending on the quality of your printer, mine's not a very, we get that in there. There we go. Depending on the quality of your printer, you get a pretty decent miniature. This is what I've been using to play the demo games with when we play them here. Let's see that focus in. Let's see if I can fiddle with the focus a little bit. Focus. Let's zoom in a little bit and give it a little bit of focus. There we go. Zoom out. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Get another one of these out. Everybody's favorite, the Abolisher, next to one that came off my printer. So looking at this. Very, very little wrong with this. Very little wrong with this. I know folks have been wondering about the scale of the miniatures, so what I'm going to do is take out another miniature from another game that you might recognize. This is a Ral Partha miniature from the 80s for that other giant robot game. These were 6-ish millimeter scale. I think the new versions of them are 8-ish. Let's see if we can find a new one. That's a new, his gun's a little bent, but that's okay. Fix that with some warm water. Next to an Abolisher. So, compare favorably in size. This would be a heavier machine in that game. Showing that his gun is bent. see, find one more. There's another new sculpt from that robot game. Slightly bigger mech compared to our currently largest mechanized core unit in the game. About the same size. This one's a little bit bigger, but this is a pretty big, chunky miniature to start with. Let's see if there's one more we can compare it to. Here's an old, but not as old as the first one. Raul Partha miniature from the 90s, I want to say. Maybe the 2000s, after they went through their rebranding on the miniatures, because some of the original miniatures were embroiled in copyright issues. So these are supposed to be the same kind of thing. Anyway, compared to our guy would be on a base, so he'd be a little bit taller. And I think they look pretty good. We also ended up getting some of the Power Armor infantry that aren't part of the Kickstarter yet, but will be part of the game eventually. So I had them printed in 35 millimeter scale. So they're more like your typical tabletop war game that uses infantrymen. And these actually also turned out really, really well. A little bit of detail that gets lost because there's some very small fiddly bits on this. So a couple things that we will want to fix, but all things considered, these come out really well. Open up one or two more, see how they look, and then I'll let you guys get back to your morning. Here are the same Power Armor miniatures, well, actually slightly different Power Armor miniatures, in the scale that they'll be in for the actual game. So let's get these guys out of the way, these guys out of the way. They're a little bigger than 8mm scale guys, but we can play with scale. That's not bad. So these guys will come in groups of 3. One more. The Abolisher. I believe this looks like the Malice. And that's what it is. And yeah, he looks perfect. I don't think there's anything that needs to be done to that one. So, a couple small details that we need to sort out on the miniatures, but we will be way ready in plenty of time for the end of the Kickstarter. So, hope you enjoyed that brief unboxing and some comparison to some other games, so you can see what you're going to be getting here come I guess the end of March. Right? We started at the end of January, 2 months, 60 days, end of March. So. We'll be seeing you soon.